I think actually right now, for now, I think you could potentially work with all of us. I mean, I think that there are some films that can lend themselves, and depending, like if you feel strong with one particular company because you feel like they're going to really market the hell out of it. Someone else has got the great relationship with Warner Brothers, so you're going to get the better cable VOD deal. Another person can hook you up with attorneys and international and whatever. In some ways, I think you can, for now, until, you know,
Well, and to clarify, I mean, we don't take your rights, so you could work with us and we could help you figure out all the other people you want to work with in addition to what you might want to do directly with us. And it could involve connecting you to one of those guys for which we wouldn't take an extra fee. So it's, and, you know, and I think then if you wanted to choose between new video and gravitas, the choice might be made for you because you might have a film that just simply fits better with one or the other, or either, you know, or whether you want to work with indie flicks. You know, it's also a question of which kind of film. No, Warner Brothers is not going to take everything. There's 75,000 movies just made in the U.S. this year. There's plenty of films for all of us. It's really a question of finding the right, you know, on the people in the organization, if they're excited about your film, if you feel good about them, if the deal is good, what else you have going on, what your other options are for other rights, because, you know, they're not handling every kind of, they're not doing theatrical themselves. You know, it depends on what else is going on for you.
Yeah, I would say for example, if we're doing something where we're investing a lot of money in the title, like putting it out theatrically or something like that, then we would be inclined to be in an all rights arrangement with somebody. But we've done, you know, we've distributed on iTunes UK only. We've done, you know, deals where we're very, I mean, and our terms are very short. So, you know, people try us out on one platform or another, and
that's interesting. They can sometimes do an a la carte thing. Well, Nolan, in your case, you guys really don't take a film on unless you can do all cable VOD as well as all broadcast and telco rights. Is that, I mean, sorry, not broadcast, all digital and telco rights. Is that true?
Yeah, we really you know, focus on what we think we do best, and you know what I think you might find comforting, and to really get to the essence of your question. Like 5 years ago, a distributor would say, "No, it's 20 years. Give us the rights. We'll handle it." Right. There is a ton of collaboration amongst distributors. Many of my clients are other distributors who might be really good at DVD or television. I'd be the first to say, I've thought about DVD hundreds of times. I've never put out a disc. I have no plans to put out a disc. I have no problem referring people to new video or to indie picks. So,
Indie Flicks, separate company.
Totally different.
And so, you know, again, talk amongst yourself, find companies with track records, and then, you know, make your deals accordingly.
And get references. We're doing shorts, an international initiative for shorts with our mobile partner Babelgum. And shorts are complicated, and actually I'd rather talk about that with you offline just because we have so little time and shorts are so specific. But there are other companies that do shorts distribution, and I actually want to say one thing. You guys can do so much yourselves. You could aggregate a collection of shorts that were at Sundance. You could aggregate a collection of animation shorts or sci-fi, whatever. You don't need anyone to aggregate yourselves and to then decide where you take that package, that collection, and distribute it in a combination of ways, as well as book theaters yourselves, if it's the right package. I think filmmakers don't realize how much they can do on their own, which
Well, I would say, I mean, the earlier the better to at least start the relationship and to have the conversation. You know, we're now getting movies, you know, well before they sort of start their festival run, whereas before we might have, you know, 18 months ago we might have gotten it a couple of months after the festival run. But as Ted was saying earlier, you know, you got to aggregate, you know, this interest in your film, and when you have 2 years to do it, and I encourage you all to go read John Reese's book, Think Outside the Box Office. He really lays it out there nicely for people. You know, we are finding really active and really engaged, you know, directors getting behind films. You know, We Live in Public, Auntie Timoner's movie is a great example. I mean, on her own, you know, she organized a 6-city theatrical kickoff event with celebrities to really just tout the VOD and digital distribution of her film the night before it was going out into 50 million cable VOD homes and before it was going to be on iTunes. And it really paid off. I mean, we had also been creating some 30-second television spots. While she was doing this kickoff event, I was online, you know, twittering and trying to contribute a little bit. But the movie immediately jumped into the top 2 doc rentals on iTunes, and it stayed there for 3 weeks, and it was ahead of movies that were nominated for an Academy Award. This was this past March, and so it was like ahead of The Cove and Food Inc. and LeBron James movie. And this is something that was very grassroots, very collaborative, and very successful.
And we're actually doing foreign sales for Andy's film for Believe in Pumpkin now. We have to wrap it up, guys. So since we have so many unanswered questions, yeah, we're going to go outside. You can talk to all of us. Believe me, we've just scratched the surface. So do stick around. Do talk to us afterwards. Get our cards, and we'll be in touch.